Tina Ritchie. The junior defender, number 7, Stephanie Rupert. The senior midfielder, number 8, Claire McCloskey. The freshman midfielder, number 9, May Rollins. The senior attacker, number 10, Sammy Schubert. The freshman defender, number 11, Zoe Pepes. The sophomore defender, number 12, Isabella Enchando. The freshman midfielder, number 13, Molly Lim. The junior defender, number 14, Lucy Nolan. The freshman defender, number 15, Sina Rathbach. The junior defender, number 16, Keegan Packer. The junior attacker, number 18, McKenna Packer. The junior attacker, number 19, Riley Tezanos. Freshman midfielder, number 20, Penelope Riley. Senior defender, number 22, Lucia Sudic. Senior goalkeeper, number 21, Lexi Hoskin. The senior goalkeeper, number 25, Ariana Chang. The senior goalkeeper, number 30, Zoe Alexander. Head coach for the Gators is Diana Oduho. She's assisted by Reggie Younger. And now let's meet the Desert Vista Thunder. Defender number 0, Anira Etra. The senior defender number 4, Charlotte Mitchell. A junior attacker number 5, Rabbit Delgado. A senior attacker number 6, Heather Susi. A senior midfielder number 11, Jackie Jimenez. A senior defender, number 12, Kyra Becker. A junior defender, number 13, Isa Alassa. A senior midfielder, number 14, Tess Cortese. A senior midfielder, number 15, Olivia Opar. A senior defender, number 16, Joanne Wen. A sophomore defender, number 18, Aislinn Lapine. A sophomore defender, number 19, Fran Cortese. A freshman attacker, number 21, Sammy Butzler. A sophomore attacker, number 22, Kaya Matthews. A senior attacker, number 23, Elise Matthews. A senior attacker, number 24, Aspen Watts. A senior attacker, number 25, Maddie DeSena. A junior attacker, number 34, Alyssa Roach. Freshman midfielder, number 35, Allison Carnes. A freshman attacker, number 52, Elena Roach. And in goal, a senior, number 8, Liz Bunning. Head coach for the Thunder is Tori Graves, assisted by Jordan Hughes and Brianna Gardner. And now, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we would ask that you please rise and remove your caps as we honor our flag and our country with the playing of our national anthem. And now, ladies, let's play lacrosse!
Semi-final matchup, 2 of 2, ready to get underway as Chaparral punched their ticket to the state championship game with a 9-5 victory over Chandler earlier tonight. And now we get to see the number 1 team in the state, Desert Vista, take on Xavier. Alongside Campbell Klein, I'm Zach Warhack. It's hard to improve after the season that Desert Vista had last year, an 11-2 record all the way to the state title game where they fall short 12-8 to Chandler. Undefeated 13-0 this season. What has changed for Tori Graves and this crew?
I could absolutely see some seniority coming into play as a lot of these players come into their senior year, coming in with that confidence and experience from the previous year of play, making it all the way through. I'd really like to continue to see them with their aggressive play. I mean, you've got a really amazing midfield lineup here that's played with each other forever, so they certainly should be able to connect there.
It starts with the draw control. Opart initially wins it. Cortese was looking for the ground ball, unable to scoop it, but now things settled down by Botzler. The Xavier squad took down Higley in a 9-8 victory to advance into this semifinal matchup. It's been a battle of a season for them. And ready to take on this number 1 powerhouse who have the opening possession of the game. Olivia Opart, the Marist commit, swings things up top, and it's fast early from Desert Vista. Loss on the handle, back it out, and good sticks in the passing lanes from Xavier. Unable to scoop the ground ball, but they get the whistle in their favor. Nice defense in the opening possession.
Xavier really going to have to take these opportunities that Desert Vista gives them on their defensive end. As we just saw, DV's not afraid to feed it into the middle to really slim opportunities that could come out really successful for them. But if Xavier can continue to shut those down and take advantage of them, bringing them back onto their offensive end, we're in for a really competitive game.
Amelia Bush passes things off for this offensive possession. Nearly 2 minutes gone in the opening quarter. Desert Vista with the first look, and now Xavier look to respond. Offensively, they work from X, cutter on the inside. Karsnitz unable to receive a pass. Dodge from behind, looking to get the hands free, but unable to settle in, and now pass away. Another dodge, bounce shot off the post and out. Packer was looking to bury early, couldn't finish, but a good track down on the ground ball, and Xavier hang on to possession.
I love seeing that re-dodge opportunity, often overlooked as you start to move outside of the 8-meter after a drive. Your defender typically does relax as you push out or make your own way out, and so having that re-dodge happen right after is a really nice opportunity to find a better look at Cage.
McKenna Packer works from behind the crease. Crowded area up top, loses the footing for a second. Issa Allison on the defense, causing an issue. No one free. Cut on the inside, and a big save on the inside by Liz Browning. Just a positioning save that time from Browning. Didn't get a stick on it, just got the body in the way.
Yeah, and that's what your positioning is for. If you can't get there with your hands, your positioning is there to give you that best opportunity possible to make that save with whatever you can.
Karsnitz hands free and back-to-back saves for Browning. Quick on the clearance attempt, and both teams with an offensive possession, both defensive stand strong.
Gorgeous clear there, able to keep her eyes up and move the ball up quickly and giving her team a potential fast break opportunity. That's more than you could ask for on any clearing attempt.
Good quick transition from Desert Vista. That pass stymied. And Hoskin in net for Xavier, works it up quickly. Transition for Xavier.
Another gorgeous fast break attempt here, facilitated by Lexi Hoskin in the cage.
Pass inside, unable to be corralled, but the ground ball won by Xavier. And they kept that opening possession alive for quite some time, gave themselves 2 chances by winning backups and ground balls, and now Amelia Bush begins this one from the top. Packers settle in, had an opening chance, looks inside, pass batted away. Karsnitz held onto it for a second, but a big ground ball won, and here comes Issa Allison. Susie can't handle at first, but settles in. Opart trailing Susie and now down to X. Good defense by Bush to knock it away, and both teams a much faster pace in this second semifinal matchup.
Yes, we're seeing these teams absolutely rocket down the field from both directions, getting really nice clears off, super high upfield, and giving their teams opportunities for the fast break.
It's almost a look where these two teams playing a little bit looser, where the first matchup was more tense in the first half, not wanting to make a mistake. These teams fine relying on each other.
Yes, I would definitely say the play is a lot more free, but with that, seeing a few more mistakes occurring due to the lack of cautious play, but it's makes for a really interesting and exciting game. I'm sure each team, as they continue through this quarter, are really going to want to make sure that they're crossing their T's and dotting their I's, picking up every opportunity they can, and finishing through with it as they move on to their offensive ends.
Xavier cycle it all the way around the horn and look to find an offensive opportunity. 5 minutes gone and a big shot, first goal of the evening. McKenna Packer with a bullet.
I really love seeing them create these opportunities for one another with these picks. I think Arizona Lacrosse has come from a place where they were relying so heavily on the skills of the individual players and their dodges, and have really just been able to, with more players joining the game and the experience that these girls have gained, both in their regular seasons and in club, have been able to find a lot more opportunities to cage that are a little bit more complex and more fun as the game is intended to be.
McKenna Packer, the leading goal scorer for the Xavier team, gets things started with 6:49 left on the clock in the first. And just how big is that opening goal coming from Xavier, the underdogs in this game, to the undefeated Desert Vista Thunder?
That's so huge. I mean, especially for their confidence coming into this game. I'm sure they were a little bit unsteady, wondering what each draw would have for them. But as they're able to actually execute on that first goal, I'm sure that's going to bring their confidence up for the remainder of this quarter at least.
Quick work from Jackie Jimenez inside! Off the post! We've seen 3 in the past 2 games. Every inch matters at this point. Elise Matthews rings one that time, and Xavier get possession back halfway through the first.
Really experienced shooters on both of these teams. They're going to just have to keep shooting, not let these pipe shots or anything going wide deter them from shooting. As we know, you miss the shots that you don't take, and that will definitely reflect in the score of the game.
Really big opportunity for Desert Vista to respond off the draw control, where they're 72% on the season. And the shot off the post, possession now with Xavier. Packer, the first goal scorer in the game, has it in her stick.
Huge strength of Xavier's to be able to capitalize on those ground ball opportunities, especially on their defensive end, shifting the momentum immediately.
Packer gets us a couple of screens, doesn't have the roll look. Now the work from X back to Packer, facilitating the offense. Goes to her right, bounce shot, has the finish, and it's a quick 2 goals. Xavier on top early.
Gorgeous shot there as she drives over the top, giving herself a better and better angle as she continues to make her way through the 8-meter and just releasing after getting her hands free. And that's really all it takes. It doesn't matter if you're marked up inside the 8 as long as you're, 1, not shooting through anyone, and 2, just able to get your hands free to get that full power behind the shot that you're taking.
2 big goals to start things early for Xavier, as they have the lead, but now it comes down to what happens after the draw control and the defensive possession.
If I'm Xavier right now, I'm really trying to maintain the connection between those fundamentals that have been giving us these opportunities and executing on the attacking and chipping away, making that deficit wider.
Opart wins it back. Jimenez has speed coming up the field, and this time Desert Vista slow it down into the offensive possession and set things up. Get it down behind the cage to operate. Susie pushes it. to the right, cut up the middle. That pass runs rampant, but a good backup by Opart. Decina works it back up to the top, and Desert Vista playing a lot more patient on this possession, down 2. Jimenez quick, gets to the left, and a whistle.
She is certainly not the player that you want to see as this goalkeeper on that 8-meter arc. Even with a lower angle, she definitely can rocket it from there and get it into the back of the net.
Jimenez awaits the whistle, sets up, fires low, and finishes.
Jackie, a player that's absolutely able to place her shots and get those quick steps in. I don't know if I've seen very many players that are able to actually get off the line as fast as her, both making her a huge asset on those 8-meter shots and also on the draw circle as she's able to get in and get in front of the person that she is matched up against.
Number 48 on the season for Jackie Jimenez, and her 200th career goal. The SDSU commit puts it away, cuts the lead to 1 as we go back and forth with 4:25 left in the opening frame. Opart back to the draw control circle, won it back to Jimenez. Last time it's the same look, just a battle for the ground ball, and the speed of Jimenez wins again. So fast, and you can really just tell the difference of an athlete that she is on the field.
Absolutely, no doubt about it, as she comes down making these really nice fast break opportunities for her team where she can not only move the ball really quickly but also drive in.
Decina sets up the dodge, and back-to-back goals for Desert Vista as Opart with the finish ties it up at 2 with 3:58 in this explosive first quarter.
The 3:58 mark. The goal
It'll
scored
definitely
by
be a
number
strength
15,
of Desert Vistas
Opart.
as they do continue to evolve their attacking sets, their ability to continue to keep their eyes up while they also are looking for opportunities to drive and look for those off-ball opportunities that are even harder for Lexi Hoskin to save in cage as she has to twist around and track the ball again to actually save it.
2 quick goals from McKenna Packer, answered by Jackie Jimenez and Olivia Opart to knot us up at 2. 3:58 remain in the first in a back-and-forth battle of this semifinal matchup. And Xavier really needs to do something different in the draw control circle, but it's tough to beat the best team in the league in that area.
Absolutely. It should make a difference for them to place it as close as they can to their players on the outside. Looks like they're not quite going to be able to make it happen on that draw, so Desert Vista is going to have a chance here to continue with their offensive set.
Opart that time with the win as it settles back behind the cage. Decina with the initial pass had the assist on the goal from Opart. Tess Cortese takes a challenge out deep, able to fight off of it. Opart, eyes up, Decina looks for a shot, doesn't have it at first, backs away, and a good slide that time by Xavier.
Looks like we're going to see a check across the body.
Deep free position inside off the cage, but backed up by Susie.
Love seeing this really high intensity play. We're seeing a much faster pace during this game that's really characteristic of the game. If we're going to see those 7-second shots, we'll probably see them with these two teams here tonight.
Opart working a dodge back down low to Susie. Cuts all over the field, but Desert Vista play it slowly, work the position, and are looking there for their first lead of the evening. Ball up top, back to the inside. Decina has to back out. 3 Xavier defenders up top. Inside to the crease, bouncer and in.
Really nice opportunity there for Desert Vista. They're able to connect. Xavier being a team that is so quick to move in and help support, which is definitely a blessing for your defense. But as the harder that you crash in on defense to prevent an opportunity from happening, even harder do you have to come back out and make sure that you're marked up. And we see Desert Vista able to take advantage of that after their crash in, seeing their open players, having their head up quickly, and moving it in for that nice quick look into cage.
What are Xavier able to do differently on the draw control to cause a little bit of a problem to Desert Vista?
As we see them line up, they really have to make the decision on if they can win this draw or not with strength. They're going to see a bit of a false start there, so Xavier's going to have the opportunity, but they're going to need to make that decision. Can we win with strength? Are we able to get our stick underneath fast enough where we are actually winning the ball in our stick and able to control where it goes? If not, then they're going to have to be contingency planning for Desert Vista, doing whatever they want with it, and they're going to have to just get there first, which is a very tall order, especially with the people that they do have on the draw circle.
Well, it's easy to win it with an infraction, and they get bailed out this time, trailing by 1. But have been effective offensively with their possessions, able to extend them, keep them alive with chasing, ground balls, recovery, etc. And the 2-goal scorer on the night, McKenna Packer, has it in her stick from the left wing. Packer ever so patient with 1:30 left in the first.
Really working hard to set up the best opportunity possible here for Xavier. It looks like they're not just going to pick anything that comes inside the 8-meter. They're looking for something really nice to feed to, and I'm sure McKenna is looking for opportunities to drive as well, as she sees the flow of her players moving across and behind the 8-meter.
1 minute remaining in the first quarter.
They set up and look to operate off the dodge. Packer, feet inside, good pass, unable to be caught by Diggerness. And a turnover. Desert Vista look to capitalize in transition.
Really beautiful opportunity there. Hopefully not getting discouraged by the lack of connection on that pass.
Such a fast team, and the speed in transition works great. Susie waits the final numbers as she works it behind the cage. Matthews up to the side, and now a combination of speed and power. Bounce shot in! And a fantastic finish by Opart.
Goal! Desert Vista!
Once again, Desert Vista able to get those shots off just by having their hands free. I think that is one of the big differences you're going to see between all of the teams that we've seen during these semifinal matchups. Are they a little bit more tentative like we might have seen in the earlier game, or are they really playing fast and free, able to just get those hands off and move quickly into that 8-meter and shoot those shots?
Unassisted for Opart, just pure strength on the inside to finish as Amelia Bush sets up for Xavier in the draw control circle. And we'll see if they can force it just to become a battle for a ground ball at some point. Up in the air, swiped away, and they get what they're looking for, but the setup and positioning from Tess Cortese reigns supreme. Feed off transition, great slide. And a good slowdown, but an open player on the doorstep, and a nice save by Hoskin. Ground ball 1 with 20 seconds left, but now a turnover.
It's quarter now.
So the whistle on the field indicates the end of the quarter, and it's a 4-2 lead.
Quarter, your score.
Down low for Desert Vista. Action-packed back and forth. We'll step away and be back for quarter number 2 on South Mountain Lacrosse.
Right here. Nice swap. Let's stay on it.
Against this Xavier defense, despite their ability to mark up quickly and mark up with heavy pressure.
Olivia Opart has been incredible in the draw control circle throughout the entirety of the season. A 74% success rate. The team is at 72%, and they're very confident in their senior to take pretty much every single one of them.
Yeah, it does look as though they can make those decisions on the fly. They've been working together for a really long time and have been a midi lineup as they've been in high school this entire 4 years. So it's really nice to see them come together and be able to continue to work through these draws.
Battle for the GB scooped up by Cortese. Her and Jimenez were in together to battle for it, and Desert Vista have the opening possession of the second quarter, looking to extend the lead to 3. Patient to find the matchup they want for a dodge, a skip pass, anything from a cut. So many opportunities the way they set up.
It's really good to see them move that ball around, get the defense shifting and already moving before they start initiating their drives, dodges, cuts, picks, whatever they want to do to open up these opportunities that we've been seeing for them tonight.
Jimenez cuts from the top, no look there, and now a second, but the pass goes off to Susie. Sets up with power, a contact dodge, now back to X, a little bit of room, but a quick slide in coverage. Ball hits the deck, escaping towards the boundary, handled and a check in the back. Lucy Nolan that time with contact. A little bit of a wake-up call for Decina.
I got instant replay.
Matthews back to Susie. And another infraction on the stick check. Desert Vista maintained possession. They've had it for 90 seconds up to this point in the second quarter.
Xavier is going to have to maintain their fundamentals as they play defense, make sure that their contact, although nice and strong, is not creating those jostles that we've been seeing as they have marked up, and giving them opportunities to get really clean contact where the ball gets bumped out and they're able to pick that up and start their transition onto offense.
Good job by Jimenez to corral the ground ball. 11 seniors on this roster, a lot of veteran leadership, 4 of them committed to play at the next level as they take their time and patiently await the next opportunity offensively, up 4-2. Opart sets up already with 2 goals tonight, gets it all the way down behind the cage, and a whistle. This one comes away from the play. As Botzler was hanging on to it, it goes in favor of Desert Vista.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to see a 3 seconds call, especially for teams that are having to stick inside the 8 meter due to any kind of cutting, picking, whatnot that's happening by the team. You've got to remain a stick's length away from a player if you're in there for more than 3 seconds.
Botzler feed inside, and it's 3 early for Olivia Opart. A hat trick to make it 5-2.
Anytime a team is setting up for some kind of penalty such as that, even if it's indirect, both teams are really able to shift around and look for those open opportunities. Desert Vista really able to capitalize on the fact that Olivia was on the inside of her player closest to ball, once again able to just have her hands free to receive that pass and get a really nice quality shot off.
A great feed, eyes up the entire way by Botzler. And now a 3-goal lead with 3 minutes gone in the second quarter. It was a hot start for Xavier, haven't been able to respond, and Desert Vista have scored 5 unanswered. High draw, looking for a one-handed finish on the win. Ground ball won by Xavier. So a good battle, the bounce goes their way, and Amelia Bush works with a full head of steam to get into the offensive zone. A delay, she continues to play through it, and now Packer sets up at the top. Work between her and McCloskey all the way to the left wing now and down to X. Callahan gets rid of it, and this is an important possession for Xavier, to stay tight and not let things get out of hand early in the first half.
Couldn't agree more with that. They're going to need to make sure that they are maintaining their composure as they work through this possession. Only really being down by 3, not too much of a challenge to come back from. We've seen them come back from greater deficits than this. They'll just need to continue to maintain their composure, look for opportunities such as the one that they have right now. Going to be from the 12, but still an opportunity to set up and look for something available.
Allison whistled. Amelia Bush draws it in a free position from the top of the 12. We'll see how Xavier want to set things up. A delayed start, but nonetheless ready to get underway. Allison trails from behind, doesn't find a check. Karsnitz off to the right side, goal line extended, Mia Callahan. Pace picks up now for Xavier offensively, looking for an outlet and escape. It's been a while since Liz Browning has been tested. Stands strong in cage, Karsnitz with a one-on-one dodge, doesn't get a shot off, and the Desert Vista defense suffocating Xavier.
Would like to see a lot more off-ball movement in terms of opportunities from this Xavier offense. Really trying to drive stuff from the ball side of the 8-meter and lacking some opportunities that Desert Vista's been able to capitalize on their offense from that opposite end.
Schubert skip past to Bush, now around the horn, back up top to Packer. Packer goes to the left, read by Jimenez. Ball separated, now Jimenez switches. Look down low to Packer, the slides there, and the ground ball battle in front of the cage, ever so important. And Desert Vista come away with it, a great defensive stand. Well, they answer strong defensively, give it back on the clear, and kind of a sigh of relief for Xavier. Wow, they truly give it right back, but Anchondo is there, has the ball, and now the clear coming for Xavier. Fired upfield, turnover after turnover through the middle of the field. Now Jimenez works with those lengthy strides to produce the speed and get into the offensive zone. Desert Vista settle it, and after a long defensive stand, have an opportunity to set up their offense.
Really great perseverance there for Desert Vista. The ball having gone out of bounds, they worked really hard to get it back, pushed every time that ball was on the ground or in the air, really working hard to get it back, and they definitely are seeing the fruits of their labor now.
Jimenez up to Cortese, and now the ball working between the 12 and the 8. Bush comes out strong defensively, and Desert Vista work it back quick to X.
Really pay special attention to this off-ball movement. All of the little pokes and prods into Xavier's defense are helping set them up for open opportunities.
Susie had a look on the inside, couldn't hang on to the pass from Jimenez. And that's one of those that are fun, to always watch the players. A pass up towards the crease where they look at the officials and say, no, that could have been a shot. We had it backed up. We get possession still, but not this time.
I mean, at least you're trying. But I mean, if you want to make that seem a little bit more shot-like, it certainly has to be a little bit tighter on the goal and a little bit harder than our typical pass.
They plead the case momentarily, a delay on the whistle. Xavier continue to play on. And now they work it down. Everyone marked up from the Desert Vista side, and a simple pass turns into chaos and a turnover. Fast break look for Desert Vista, and they have numbers. 5-on-3. Pure power, and a big finish by Tess Cortese, coast to coast.
Desert Vista.
Love seeing that play by Tess right there. Able to continue to move through pressure in the midfield as if she doesn't even see it. And as she comes onto the offensive end, despite there being other options, not slowing down, recognizing that there's only sticks she needs to get through in her way, and continuing to power through them, keeping those hands free for a really nice shot, using her momentum on their offensive end.
Strong finish from Cortese, had tunnel vision the entire way down, and a timeout taken by Xavier. A 6-2 lead for Desert Vista, 4:06 left in the first half on South Mountain Lacrosse. Desert Vista to respond.
Absolutely, and I think part of that fire is definitely seen on the draw circle here. Xavier able to capitalize in the moments where there are scrambles, but if Desert Vista continues to dictate where the ball goes on the draw, as they have been able to for a lot of these possessions, they're going to continue to see success as we make our way through this matchup.
Opart slings it back towards the defensive end and scooped up, but a whistle. Karsnitz may have came over the line. And now it switches the other way. So Xavier get the opening draw after the timeout.
Looks like we might have seen an early entry into the middle zone of play from Desert Vista on that.
A point where Xavier really need to capitalize on the possession to settle themselves back into this game and cut the lead to 3.
Always nice coming in after a timeout and being able to capitalize on it immediately. Really makes you feel like you did just need that reset, and now you can continue to move forward and focus on the rest of the game.
Schubert gets it down low to Karsnitz, who passes over to Callahan. Packer has been the impact player for Xavier up to this point. The pass skips her, and now a dodge up from the top. Stymied right away and passed back to Schubert. Desert Vista playing great in all 3 phases.
Their off-ball movement notably looking a lot better, keeping those defenders in check with everyone so that it's harder to actually defend those initial drives. They catch their defenders a little bit out of sorts during that last play, able to get it in right on the crease and just sneak it past. Looks like they might have not had their goalie set either, making it that much harder to track that ball.
Never a bad idea to get it on net. It was a solo play from Addison Karsnitz. dodges from X, gets her shot, the right hand just above the goal line, and sneaks it in past Liz Browning, who hasn't seen a shot in quite some time. That one gets past, and Xavier cut the lead to 3. So the timeout pays dividends as they gain some momentum and get one back on the scoreboard.
Looks like Xavier has switched the way that they line up on these draw controls, giving them a little bit more of an even chance.
That one just a pure trifecta. Draw taken, draw control, draw win by Olivia Opart. Down into the attacking zone for Susie, and an opportunity for a quick response after giving one up for Desert Vista. Still on top by 3, 2.5 left in the opening half, and we'll see just how much of that clock they elect to milk. Back door, and what a feed, what a stick! The entire net available, but the defense reigns supreme, and that's one of those that as a shooter you wonder, man, need to have that one back.
Absolutely, really lucky there for Xavier's defense as Lexi Hoskin gets out of position in cage. She is able to recognize the issue quickly and start moving forward, but Xavier able to capitalize off that. Looks like we're going to see a yellow card for a dangerous play there. Xavier's going to have a man-up opportunity now as they begin to transition upfield.
A yellow card for Botzler, and a big-time clear here with an extra player out for Xavier. Need to get it across into the offensive end and capitalize.
Desert Vista certainly not backing off of the pressure on the ball side of the field despite being man down. Xavier elects to just run through the battle there for 2 and gets it up over their restraining line into the offensive end.
Looks like a Tess Cortese impersonation after her previous goal, just going coast to coast. This time, Xavier do the same thing, but they set up slowly, waiting to take their shot. Feed inside, the extra attacker, wide open, and back-to-back goals for Xavier have them right back in this contest.
Really nice goal there. A strength of Xavier's being their ability to maintain spaced out. It is really difficult when you are man up to not get too opportunity happy, making everyone cut into the middle of the 8 and clogging up that room. You can see that they maintain their space really nicely, are able to open up that opportunity for the open player and absolutely capitalize on it as that ball gets fed in.
A big-time finish from Diggerness on the inside, and a 6-4 game lead cut back to 2. Xavier continue to fight. They understand there's still plenty of time left in the game. It's a balance where you don't want things to get too out of hand, but with this much time left, there's plenty of real estate to work back into this game. Down by 4, they cut it to 2. And another draw control win for Xavier. Callahan works up quick, shoots, bounce shot over the top, and a race to the end line, and a backup goes to Xavier. Diggerness has it, quick restart and a scramble defensively. Desert Vista gets set back up with 1:20 left in the second.
Really nice hustle there to make sure they were backing that ball. Definitely something you could not call from the stands. You need that line ref to be right on their nose.
Stride for stride, and it's 3 quick goals. That one, all accuracy, and Xavier have cut the lead to 1.
Xavier doing an amazing job of capitalizing during these man-up opportunities. An unreleasable yellow card. It's definitely going to leave Desert Vista on their heels a little bit as they try to continue and maintain their defensive integrity with only 6 players on their defensive end.
A hat trick on each side of the field, one for Olivia Opart for Desert Vista, and McKenna Packer has her 3rd of the first half with 1:05 left. And it's one of those things where maybe when you're in the game you can or can't feel it, but having an observation view of the entire field, the momentum has just shifted all in favor of Xavier with this extra attacker as they look to win another draw control and do.
1 minute remaining in the second quarter.
Yes, these back-to-back goals building up the confidence for this Xavier squad. They're coming into these draws with a lot more intensity than we saw earlier in this matchup.
Under a minute left in the first, and we could go into the half tied up depending on how Xavier take this possession. Both sides of the crowd getting into it here at Seton Catholic High School. Bush with a dodge as she spits it out to Schubert. Now
really
back
want to
down
see
low.
those middle players get back out. We're seeing them kind of post up in the middle of the 8. They're clogging up the lane for themselves and not giving that opportunity. I think that's the main difference we just saw in this offensive set versus the previous two. Now Desert Vista is going to have an opportunity to get their man back on their field so that they're even and move on to their offensive side.
With 5 seconds left, the excitement ends, but what a crazy finish to this opening half. Xavier comes storming back, and it's a 6-5 game headed into the half.
Xavier 5.
Yeah, definitely not something to underestimate about this Xavier squad. They've been down by more than one goal in their previous matchups, and so they are a team that knows how to come through in the second half of the game, especially being so close. No one's out of the running. No matter where the momentum shifts as we move into the second half.
Both teams go to reset, make their adjustments, a 10-minute break on each side, and we'll kick it down to them taking a break and a sideline back to Kai and Jacob as we step away from the booth. A 6-5 game, Desert Vista on top on South Mountain Lacrosse.
Here's how your scoring unfolded tonight's first half. The 6:49 mark of the first quarter. First goal was scored by Xavier. It was scored by McKenna Packer at the 6:49 mark. About a minute and a half later, at the 5:28 mark, she scored her second goal of the evening. And Xavier went up 2-0 at that point. Desert Vista got on the board at the 4:25 mark of the first quarter. The goal that was scored by Jackie Jimenez, the 200th goal of her career. The 3:58 mark of the first quarter, Desert Vista tied the game. The goal by Olivia Opart. Then at 2:24, Sammy Botzler broke the tie, put Desert Vista 3-2. And then with 24.9 seconds left in the first quarter, Olivia Opart scored her second goal of the quarter. And at the end of the first quarter, it was 4-2, Desert Vista. Desert Vista then expanded the lead to 5-2 with the third goal, the hat trick for Olivia Opart at the 9:09 mark. And at 4:06, expanded the lead to 6-2 when Tess Cortese went coast to coast. Xavier came back with 3 quick goals in the last 3 minutes of the first half. 2:53 mark. It was Addison Karskitz, followed by the minute 41. Coco Diggerness scored the goal, and then with 1:05 remaining, in the second quarter. It was the hat trick for McKenna Packer. The score is 6-5, and that's where we are at halftime.
We give it to the people, spread it across the country. Here we go back, this is the moment, tonight is the night. We'll fight till it's over, so we put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us. Like the ceiling can't hold us. Here we go back, this is the moment, tonight is the night. We'll fight till it's over, so we put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us. Like the ceiling can't hold us. Thank you, yeah, I'm so grateful. I grew up really wanna go punch, but that's what you get when Wu-Tang raised me. Y'all can't stop me, go hard like I gotta eat it within my heartbeat. And I'm eating at the beat like it gave a little speed to a great white shark on shark week. Wanna go hard, we're gone. Two since goodbye, I got a world to see. And my girl, she wanna see Rome. See something you won't believe in. I never ever did it for a clone. That melody should come, so giving it back to the people. Now sing this song and it goes like, raise those hands, this is our party. We came here to live life like nobody was watching. I got my city right behind me. If I go, they got me. Learn from that failure, gain humility, and then we keep marching ourselves. This is the moment, tonight is the
Hey everybody, welcome back to South Mountain Lacrosse. Kind of Packer. Obviously, close game right now. You guys fought hard there towards the end of the second quarter. What's your thoughts going into this next quarter, trying to get back up on Desert Vista?
Yeah, I think we should just keep our spirits high. We kind of have the momentum right now, like finishing with that final goal. I think just minimizing the turnovers and then keeping our sides up on defense, and I think we'll be successful.
Obviously, the hat trick tonight, super impressive. What's kind of been the main contributor to kind of help you get to that point right now?
Honestly, truthfully, I think my teammates. The teammates have been keeping my spirits high. We're in this. We still have another half to get that lead. So I think my teammates are what's keeping the spirits high and keeping me going.
Of course. Last question before I get out of here. Obviously, you know, down by one. You guys wound up losing Desert Vista at the end of the regular season. Is this kind of like a little bit of a revenge match for you guys in a way?
Honestly, we're playing for us. No revenge. Just out here playing the sport of lacrosse. Out here to have fun. Let's get the win.
Awesome. Thank you so much, McKenna. Best of luck to you guys.
Thank you.
Back to you guys up at the booth. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
McKenna.
much.
Welcome back, everybody. South Mountain Lacrosse. Join alongside me, Jackie Jimenez, the SDSU recruit. Jackie, 200 career goals tonight. A huge milestone in your career. What does this mean for you?
I'm super excited. Last Friday, I needed one more. I didn't get it, but it's kind of fun to get it during playoffs. It's huge.
Of course, obviously, huge semifinal matchup. You guys wound up beating the Gators 2 to end that regular season, and that's where you were just one away, but you got it up against them, so it was kind of picture picture perfect. But what's the mentality going into this semifinals matchup against the team you've already beaten this year?
This is a good team. They really know how to play us well. Diana is an awesome coach, and she really just knows how to play against us. And so it's always hard to play against a team 3 times.
Of course. What's one of the main things that keeps the spirit so high for you guys, especially in the playoffs?
We've really been having like an amazing year, and everybody's just so happy and fun to be around. We're like the opposite of a toxic team. We just have so much fun all the time.
Well, thank you so much, Jackie. Best of luck to you guys going into the second half. Thank you guys for joining us. Back to you guys up at the booth.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jackie. Best of luck.
Energy from both sides coming out to begin the second half. A 6-5 lead for Desert Vista, and a lot of back and forth at the end of it. Xavier capitalized on an unreleasable yellow card with a couple of goals as McKenna Packer completes the first half hat trick for Xavier. On the flip side of things, Olivia Opart does the exact same, and we head right back to the draw control circle. Alongside Campbell Klein, I'm Zach Warhack. And Campbell, what do you expect coming out in the second half?
I really expect some super competitive play here on the draw. It does seem like Xavier made some adjustments to make some more competitive movements happen. Looks like DV also reacted to that adjustment and is now shifting back into their preferred formation with all 3 players on the same side.
Up high, a battle for the ground ball off the one hop, but a box out and a battle with the body. Cortese ends up with it with the play on, and now the wheels come out. She went coast to coast earlier in this game and finished it off with a goal. Now she has it up, and DV set up with the first possession of the second half. Back up top to Cortese, where everything started on this possession.
Xavier struggling a little bit to get matched up.
Quick inside and a simple finish for Opart. She now has 4.
Opart and DV really capitalizing on Xavier coming out a little slow on that defensive set. It looked like initially their slides were coming a little bit slow, and their recovery from those slides, DV passing it around a couple more times, and they're able to find Olivia nicely open as she drives into the 8-meter.
That's how you want to open the second half. A lot of momentum, and goal number 53 on the season for Opart. Jackie Jimenez has 48 after the one earlier on in the first half of this game. So those two really dominate things on the goal scoring aspect of this team. All the bodies in favor of the ground ball being won by Jimenez for Desert Vista. And another possession off of the draw control. Creates a lot of offense for this team because once they get it, they capitalize. Jimenez quick to the inside, loses it. Well tracked by Lexi Hoskin to start the clear.
Looks like Xavier made the really quick adjustment that they needed. I'm sure they felt that change of pace for them in that first defensive set of the game, coming out really nice and quick and causing that turnover.
Physical ride from Desert Vista, create the turnover, and they get it right back. Execution there, and it's such an important aspect of the game for your attackers and midfielders on the clear defense to be able to cause that. Now an opening down low and a finish on the inside.
Desert Vista.
Just a wide open opportunity there for Desert Vista on their offensive side. That ride really paying off, especially if Xavier is not doing a great job of recognizing what's going on upfield of them during the clear and is able to get themselves in a situation where they're being pushed out of bounds. Typically, if you're feeling that pressure, you want to look for other options. If there's an easy pass upfield because you're feeling that pressure from them, or if you need to turn it back and switch sides of the field. DV perfectly capitalizing on that opportunity they made for themselves right in front of the crease.
The lead back up to 3, just a minute 40 into the third quarter. 8-5 is a scoreline that we saw with just about 2 minutes left in our other semifinal game, already hitting it at the start of the second half. Loose ball, Amelia Bush had it for a second, loses it, and Opart wins it back, gets it upfield to Cortese. DeCina hangs on to it, passes across. Good physicality defensively coming out to challenge from Xavier.
Yep, love seeing those sticks up, blocking the passing lanes, and also reconnecting with that stick to make sure that they're making really nice, solid contact.
Nolan has been good on the wing defensively. Desert Vista slow it down a little bit on this possession. DeCina works back, left hand, back up top. Cortese swings it around, and good off-ball movement from Desert Vista as well.
We're seeing a zone backer defense right now from Xavier, a high-pressure defense. It's looking to cut off those driving opportunities and clog the passing lane so you can have opportunities just as the one that we saw where they make errant passes into the middle, hoping to just get out of some of that pressure.
Intercepted on the inside, tiptoeing the end line by Packer, and taken away. A quick rush on the other end, opening up top. Jimenez, high to high!
Looks like we're going to see no goal on that play because of a shooting space call. No qualms with Jackie finishing that shot, especially if she didn't hear the whistle. She's just going to have to replicate it right here with this 8-meter, which we have seen her do many, many times, especially from an angle as good as this one.
And if anyone can do it off of the free position, simple enough, it's where she got her first. So off the board for a second, but the pace on the shot beats Hoskin, and Jimenez gets it back on the scoreline after all.
Xavier really making those mistakes on their transition off of their defensive end. They're able to work hard to get those opportunities for themselves, but just seeming to get a little bit of tunnel vision as they attempt to move up their field, not recognizing how many players are about to mark them and not turning back quick enough. Oftentimes, by the time you realize that there's multiple people that are coming right on you, the pressure's so great that it's incredibly hard to get that pass off to anyone else. Some players often opting for a rollback because just their stick in the air is enough to get that check off.
Strong way to capitalize on the opportunity from Jackie Jimenez. Makes it a 9-5 scoreline, and Keegan Packer being tended to on the sideline, walking a little bit gingerly as she heads out there. So we'll keep an eye on that for the future of this game. The defensive midi plays strong, and yeah, it looks like a lower body ankle, something limping away after that possession given up on the sideline. We reset at the draw control circle with just under 8.5 left in the third. Four goals separate these two teams. Xavier unable to have possession up to this point in the second half in the offensive zone. They sweep it away and end up coming away with it. Claire McCloskey with the ground ball, and now it's just a matter of getting it upfield successfully.
Xavier doing a really nice job of hanging tough during these ground ball battles off of the draw. I really love seeing them put all of that intensity and effort into gaining that first possession.
Defense is great in the clearance attempt from Desert Vista, but it gets all the way back to McCloskey, who started it, as Tess Cortese sets up the double, and a little bit of space for Xavier. Physicality at the 8-meter, guarded well, dives under the crease and read perfectly by Browning to make the save.
We're gonna see a check inside the sphere there on Desert Vista. They're gonna have a real low angle attempt. Unless she can work hard to gain better position, she's gonna need to pull out or find someone else to take the shot.
Callahan tries to go in, do it on her own, and gets it through. What a powerful finish by Mia Callahan.
Really nice job of her moving her body in, fighting as hard as she can to get a better angle before finding a really nice shot placement. Neither of these goalies letting anything in easy. As they manage the pressure they're seeing as the other team crashes, both of these teams have done a really nice job of maintaining their composure and getting the shot off when it counts.
The game's still well within reach for the side of Xavier. They've really done a great job capitalizing on the possessions they had. That time they do it, even strength for both sides, but then the two they got earlier off of the yellow card, they just need to get the possession out of the draw control.
Absolutely, and I love seeing the mental fortitude of Xavier as they play. Even when the momentum is shifting not in their favor, they've hung tough through it and have hustled again to get that deficit to come a little bit closer.
Amelia Bush has it for a second, but loses it to Jackie Jimenez. Full head of steam, and that's not a train you want to see coming down the tracks, but a nice slide, and Jimenez has to back out. She breaks the ankles of Bush for a second. A whistle before the shot. Slows it down and takes away another one from Opart.
On fouls like shooting space, you're going to see this reset occur because it isn't responsible to be shooting through these players anyway. You need to make sure that you're honoring when someone is getting in front of you.
Opart with a free look, but a big save. Cleanup is there, but just off the mark. Lexi Hoskins stands strong in the cage. So with all that chaos and great goaltending, Desert Vista maintained possession. Good job changing levels on the shot that time from Cortese, just off the mark. Back up from Jimenez, and Desert Vista just wearing down the Xavier defense with opportunity after opportunity. And finally the finish, number 2 for Allison Carnes.
Desert Vista.
Really nice finish there on that play. She's able to handle that feed coming in really fast and maneuver herself to work for that best positioning of the shot. She's not just turning and firing. She's able to take that look at the goal and see where that space actually is.
Double digits on the board now for Desert Vista. They average just about 15 a game and well on pace for that tonight with 5:41 left in the third. Just really great work from Desert Vista to get the most out of their possessions and keep things alive. Ball up high and swiped away. Cortese in pursuit. Schubert gets it, has it taken away. Strong play in transition by Cortese to get possession back for Desert Vista.
Really nice decision there by Desert Vista, not to try to force it through, but to look for a better opportunity. And they nearly found it there with Jackie and her really nice power behind her shot.
Might have one of the cleanest shots in the state, if not the best.
Yeah, I think Desert Vista has a total upper hand here when it comes to firepower.
Decina hesitates, goes with a bounce shot and a good save by Hoskin. So with the backs against the wall, Xavier hang in tight with a big save thanks to their goalkeeper.
Xavier once again just trying to force through too many defenders in that transition rather than looking for something a little bit more clean. They're going to turn that ball over before they get a chance on their offensive end.
Carnes dumps it back, and now Jackie Jimenez has it, settles in, and works a pass over to Decina. Around the horn they go. They just make the fundamentals look so effortless. Pass, catch, cut, and then initiate. Inside look. A moment to find the right shot, and Opart finishes again. Number 5 on the night.
Desert Vista just making these shots look effortless. It's a ton of work to handle the pressure as you get inside and take that split second to sight the cage and make sure you're placing that shot where it actually needs to go. Really commendable job to Desert Vista and their shooters here as we come closer to the end of this third quarter.
Slowly but surely extending the lead. Now 5 goals separate these two, the largest of the night. As Xavier look for a response time after time, and the thing is, they've had some opportunities in the draw control where they win the initial possession, or they force a turnover defensively and they just can't get it into the attacking third.
Right now you're going to see Xavier line up 5 defenders over that restraining line to have a little bit of extra insurance, knowing that DV's coming really strong off of these draw controls. Not a bad move by them.
And another win. Straight to Opart. Jimenez and Cortese trail the usual suspects in the midfield for Desert Vista. Clean passes all the way down to behind the cage. Carnes has 2 tonight, works it back to DeCina, who scoops up the ground ball. Jimenez always works low to the ground, super powerful with the first step, good feed and a delayed whistle. Opart was looking for number 6 on the shot. And she'll have an opportunity with the free position.
We're going to see that call 3 seconds. Once again, that defensive player inside the 8-meter for more than 3 seconds without being a 6 length away from guarding anyone.
Over the top of the cage, backed up nicely by Desert Vista.
Heard Xavier get a piece of it right there.
Good stick, but everyone in the right spot for Desert Vista to retain it. Two and a half remain as they set up the offense and look for number 12 on the night, but a big save by Hoskin. A really strong step to go out and meet the ball and make the save.
Really nice save, especially following some of this momentum from Desert Vista. Easy to get discouraged in the cage, but Lexi pushes through that and is able to get a really nice clean save.
Looking for an escape in the clear. Finding a tough time to get an outlet that's a safe pass. Desert Vista match player to player on this ride, causing frustration.
Seeing a lot of sense of urgency.
Just a Hail Mary sent up towards midfield, and it was a good look to Schubert, tracking down the GB, and it goes out of bounds.
Really heartbreaking for Xavier there, working through the frustration of so much pressure, having the opportunity to field that ball, but still losing it. At least it's this far away from their defensive end, but they're going to need to quickly get back and work towards another offensive possession.
Speedy work upfield for Desert Vista as they get into the attacking zone and come from the 8 back to the 12 and set it up with Jimenez. Desert Vista content, waiting for their look. 60 seconds left in the third. Wide open, and this time the finish comes through for Opart. Call it what you want, but that's 6 on the night.
Desert Vista.
Desert Vista once again capitalizing on that really nice opportunity there. Olivia Opart coming in strong, using that nice powerful shot that we know she can execute off of.
By number 15, Olivia Opart. That's her 6th goal, and it's a soft track.
A 6-1 run for Desert Vista to open up this second half with 56 seconds left on the clock, not taking their foot off the gas, wanting to cement their spot to move 14-0 on the season and stay undefeated headed into Friday. Cortese with an easy GB pickup, and that one sails. A chase down, not able to be won. It goes out of bounds, and a turning point for Xavier to have possession.
This is Xavier's opportunity to push through what they have been experiencing coming up the field. They're going to need to move this ball. I really want to see them switch the field here.
Good cutoff that time by Allison in transition. Making sure numbers are correct, passes back to Opart. Jimenez works the dodge from the top, passes left-handed inside to Opart, brought away but a whistle.
Looks like we're going to see a check inside the sphere. We should see an opportunity for an 8-meter shot for Desert Vista.
Be a good chance to close out the quarter, especially when it's in the stick of Opart or Jimenez, and Opart has it here.
Opart lining up to let it fire right here.
Sure, why not? Put number 7 on the board.
Desert Vista. Goal scored by number 15, Olivia Opart, at the 17.4 second mark.
And the latest forces a timeout with 17.4 left. We take a break. And a 12-6 lead now for DV.
That's into the third quarter. Your score, Desert Vista 12, Xavier 6.
Goals tonight for Olivia Opart, really cementing her legacy here with this Desert Vista squad.
Absolutely. At this point, with 12 minutes on the clock for this fourth quarter. Xavier would have to make some pretty strong changes in order to make sure that they can not only capitalize on the opportunities that they get, but also put a stop to this Desert Vista offense that has been really successful thus far.
A good start by winning the draw control by Claire McCloskey. As she fights through, everyone loses it momentarily. Check up top, and Desert Vista get it right back. Defense turns the offense as Jimenez works upfield in transition. Clear pass through the middle, bounce shot wide, but backed up. Yet another opportunity for DV.
Really nice take there. Even better that they were able to recover it. Looks like Xavier went offsides during that last play.
McCloskey was trying to get back, and at the whistle, Lucy Nolan sets up behind Opart. Cortese goes to the right, matched well by Bush. Now Jimenez has her chance at a dodge with some work, pumps, backs out, draws a double team, feeds inside, and Cortese rings one off the post. Between two games tonight, I don't know if I've seen more posts. That's number 5 between the first and second semifinal matchup.
I think especially as you see shooters that are more experienced, you're going to see them ringing the pipe a little bit more often, looking for those opportunities for near misses or successes, as we just saw with Jackie Jimenez on that last one. If they're not going to make it in the cage, they'd much rather miss so that they can recover the ball on that chase.
And that's the idea there as Jimenez finds the corner with the left for a hat trick. And her and Opart dominating this game. Great dodge to get to the inside and a finish. Just a minute and 20 down in the fourth quarter as the offense continues to pour on for Desert Vista. Some substitutions and a little bit of a change in work in the draw control circle. Keegan Packer back out onto the field after a little bit of an injury. Still looks like there's a little limp, but battling through the pain. .33 draw wins on the year for Packer. That one spat backwards. Good stick check, but the strength of Jimenez and the ground ball reigns supreme. Quick work to Opart. She decides to back out and set it up.
DV connecting really beautifully on these passes throughout their transitions. You just see the connection that it takes this season to build. These girls have really been able to connect and make it happen for each other.
Nice save by Hoskin on the stutter step look from Cortese. The clear up and the pass too high, just out of the reach of Schubert.
Looks like we might have seen a foul before the pass actually went out of bounds, so Xavier's going to get another chance to transition this onto their offensive side, unfortunately giving Desert Vista an opportunity to set up, but better than going back the other way.
Schubert has it, 9:45 left, gets it back up top where the infraction occurred as Karsnitz has the restart, and Xavier look to cut the lead to 7. A 14-6 score line at the moment with 9.5 left in the fourth. Xavier looking to put together an effective possession. Diggerness has it, surveys the landscape and dodges to her right. Works it back down low. Really see the speed and physicality of Desert Vista come through defensively. Bush looks to get her shot, double comes, and now she has to back out. She splits it for a moment inside, doesn't have an angle, and has to work it away.
Really nice re-dodge there by Amelia Bush. Love seeing her physicality and agility as she maneuvers through these defenders. Going to really need to work together to make something happen here.
Cutters trail one after another, but nothing there stride for stride with the Desert Vista defense. This dodge up from the crease has worked before, and now a little extension there. Bad angle, but a free position nonetheless for Packer.
Really good opportunity to work for a better angle here, or alternatively pass it across to that other side where she might see an opening.
Tries to do it on her own, left hand over the top. Ricochet off, and the backup is there for Xavier. It's a good possession, and they've gotten some looks up to this point. They just need to finish. Bush works with speed. The sidearm shot goes wide. Good job from those players behind the cage to continue to win the battle of the backup.
Really nice backup. Xavier working hard to try to coordinate their off-ball movement. Not quite connecting yet, but continuing to work the ball around to see what they can make happen.
Another shot goes back. Nails Schubert on the backside, but she gets away with it and keeps possession as well. Xavier trying to find an opening to gain some life as we near the halfway mark of the fourth quarter, and they're down by 8. Move inside, but a save comes in from Browning. Packer got the best look she could find, but Browning was just a little bit better on the shot.
No rust there, as it's been a minute before she's had to make a save, but really flowing nicely into that one and moving out into the clear. Xavier's still working hard to not let anything come easy. They're able to get that ball back, cause turnover on their offensive end.
It's a really good trail check on the backside from Xavier.
We're going to see a yellow card. Looks like a dangerous play, slashing all the way through. It's going to be 2 minutes of man-up play for Xavier.
Desert Vista, Fran Cortese. It is a 2-minute penalty.
And we saw last time on the penalty, Xavier able to put 2 goals in, trying to work with the same pace this time around. Really capitalized with the extra attacker finding the open lane.
Once again, needing to maintain their spacing, which they've been able to do thus far. Not quite getting enough power off on that shot. We know Desert Vista sees some really hard shots during practice, knowing the firepower that they have on their offensive squad. Xavier's going to have to put a lot more into it if they want to get it past her.
Bush had a look, just couldn't finish, and now down a player. Desert Vista work it upfield and catch their breath. Timeout taken, 5:36 left in the fourth quarter, a 14-6 lead, and we'll step away
Timeout.
on South
Desert
Mountain
Vista.
Lacrosse.
It's their first timeout.
On South Mountain Lacrosse, a 14-6 lead with 5:36 left in the game between Desert Vista and Xavier. Fran Cortese serving a penalty right now, but Desert Vista have possession following a timeout to gain a little bit of energy. Opart with a restart.
Really nice opportunity during that timeout to make sure they're talking through killing the rest of this clock to maintain their ability to be man-to-man on this with even numbers. Also really nice for them to work through a situation where they're needing to kill the clock a bit, as I'm sure it's something that could come into play as they continue throughout the rest of this game and potentially into the championship on Friday.
Jimenez has it up top, fights through the check of Bush, and steps away and continues to work clock. Swings it over to Cortese, and she has to look back to the middle as the defensive Xavier pressing all the way out in the passing lanes to try and create a turnover.
Would like to see them continue to pass this ball around and not get stuck in the corners. What you don't realize, it is just as hard to get open right on the outside of the 8-meter as it is to get open for these long sweeping passes and not risking an interception.
Pressure created defensively. A little bit of best on best with Jimenez and Bush going at one another. And Desert Vista more than happy to just settle things down. And you wonder if it's a conversation that they had in the timeout when they regained possession. Head coach Tori Graves, assistant coach Jordan Hugues, if it was a chat that said, hey, we got a big lead here, settle down, just finish this game off. Don't need to do anything crazy, don't need to even get another shot on net.
That's absolutely what I would say in this situation, especially if you're trying to conserve your energy, having a quick turnaround to Friday, this being a really physical game. You want to make sure that you're maintaining the health and the energy of your players coming into that game on Friday and not doing anything that could pose a risk of injury or overexertion.
It's the same sort of look that we saw at the end of the Chaparral game as they advance and a yellow card given.
Yellow card's been issued to number 4.
It's Amelia Bush draws it.
It's a 2-minute penalty for Amelia.
And now Jimenez has it up top.
We'll see if Desert Vista uses this opportunity to extend their lead or really just continues to work on this man-up offense where they're trying to take as much of the clock off as possible. They're going to bobble the ball a little bit, giving Xavier a chance, but able to ultimately pick it back up and work through, continuing into this low-pressure environment on the outside of the 8.
Win the ground ball battle and just hang on, and the shot goes in and through for Jimenez. If you have a surefire one, you take it, and she capitalizes.
Not a bad idea, too, to make sure that you're keeping that Xavier defense honest and that they're not able to just skate by, running around, putting as much pressure on as possible on them, making sure you're reminding them that you will extend that lead when given the chance.
The time, the only deciding factor left in this game at a point where Desert Vista has just been dominating. Ever since giving up 2 in the first, quick ones to McKenna Packer, it's been all DV since then. 3:24 left, and another timeout taken here. We'll step away and have the remainder on the other side on South Mountain Lacrosse.
Timeout Xavier. It's a second timeout.
Back for the final 3:24, 15-6 lead for Desert Vista. A little bit of friendly banter on the backside of things as Nina Ritchie having a conversation with our official, and on the backside, all fun and games when it's all said and done. There's a draw control win for Xavier as they have a little bit of life towards the final stages, looking to work quick. Callahan now works behind the cage, looking for an outlet pass, and the defense steps up for Desert Vista. Looking to close the game out strong just as they finished.
Really love seeing the hustle by them as they continue to work in this last 3 minutes. Definitely continuing to fight, not giving up as they move this ball around on their offensive end.
Callahan works it around the top, paints the 12, and then sets it down to X. Players cut and call, an errant pass goes out of the stick of McCloskey, able to track it down, win the GB.
Xavier really needing to continue moving this ball with their passes instead of running around and letting themselves get tired out. Looks like it tipped off of the stick of one of the Desert Vista defenders, so Xavier's going to maintain possession. We're going to see a check inside the sphere. They're going to have that opportunity again. Really needing to move this ball, keep it out of pressure, keep the ball moving, keep Desert Vista from being able to put as much pressure on you as they'd like, especially if they're not locking off those adjacents.
Pass mishandled and the clear by Browning. Sits forward, whistled, and a reset. But Desert Vista will still have it. Close to 90 seconds left in the remainder of this contest. Browning does it again, has a trailer, identifies it, and now just looks where to release.
Love seeing the goalkeepers go behind when facing that pressure in front. You want to get that person to get off of you and then run to the opposite side to get that clear out. Really nicely executed there on their defensive end.
Free clearance up forward, and Rabbit Delgado has it, pushes it up, and a successful clear up to Matthews.
1 minute. 1 minute remaining in the fourth quarter.
Just a minute left for Desert Vista to close this game out and cement their spot in the championship matchup. No quit and a pretty dominant game from DV here tonight.
Xavier continuing to pressure out and put the hustle on DV as they interrupt their stalling sets.
Officials wait for the reset, want to make sure that they still have everything set up and correct before they get things going. But an offensive night for Desert Vista, where we talked about it, they average just about 15 and a half goals when you crunch the numbers. They end tonight with 15 on the board and continue that trend. Led well by Opart as well as Jackie Jimenez, getting everything done offensively. But the entire unit work well to set things up, and defensively just as stout as the final 10 tick down. And for back-to-back seasons, one goal to kind of lay things out, but Desert Vista will be headed to the state championship game.
Xavier going to still capitalize on that opportunity on attack and be able to get one in right as we have just a few seconds left on the clock. They're going to reset for what looks like one final draw control here.
Amelia Bush caps off the night with putting one into the back of the net. For Xavier, she'll set up at the draw control circle as well for one more tonight to close this out. Just a good moment to have for a senior to put one more in on the way out.
Absolutely, especially being that last game of your high school career. Really nice to end it on that goal.
That's a game.
Now the clock strikes zeros and it's final, set in stone. A 15-7 victory for Desert Vista. As they head into the state championship game against Chaparral, they remain undefeated. And the only two losses Chaparral have seen on the season are to Desert Vista. Final scoreline here, 15-7. Who you got for player of the game out of this one, Campbell?
I think that as far as player of the game goes, I think you've got to go with Olivia Opart on this. She really executed incredibly well in the midfield, helping her team get as many draw controls as they did. Not only that, but then capitalizing on offense as well for her team, creating opportunities for others and opportunities for herself as well.
On the flip side, I'll give it to Jackie Jimenez. Really great, not only offensively tonight, but strong defensively, creating turnovers, getting possession to put the 15 on the board. So both games come concluded tonight here at Seton Catholic Prep, and we're set up for a Friday night matchup between Desert Vista and Chaparral. We'll have it right back here on South Mountain Lacrosse. For everyone on the broadcast, Campbell Klein, I've been Zach Warhack, down on the sidelines with Zach.
Good night,
Well, we have Kai and Jacob. We appreciate everyone for tuning in, and we'll see you on Friday.
Send
Welcome everybody to the final of South Mountain Lacrosse here tonight in the semifinal matchup between Xavier and Desert Vista. Joined alongside me, Olivia Opart, who had 7 goals tonight. What a huge achievement, especially in a playoff game. What's your feeling? What's the emotion behind that type of performance tonight?
We feel so excited. Obviously, we had a 13-0 season coming into this, so we were so ready to win this game. And I think our energy, we came out a little like they came off a little stronger than us, but then we came back and we showed them who we really are.
Of course, you guys went to the finals last year. Unfortunately, wound up losing to Chandler, but you guys are back in it. You guys are undefeated. There was so much going into this finale matchup. What's the emotion behind that for you guys?
I think we are all just so hungry to win it this year. This year is our year. Go Thunder!
Last question for you. Obviously, going up against Chaparral, they're going to be a good team going into it. But again, are you guys kind of looking to preserve that undefeated streak a little bit? Because I'm sure that's got to be a huge confidence boost for you guys moving forward.
Yeah, I think the main thing against Chaparral is just going to be getting the ball on the draw and then working on offense, doing our thing, and really just capitalizing on what we can.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Olivia. Congratulations on the win tonight. Kai Jenagab is signing off here on South Mountain Lacrosse.
Thank you.
Awesome. Great game.